Hello and welcome everyone to Mariners Daily, episode 6 of Mariners Daily, the podcast for the Thinking Mariners fan. I'm Sam Edwards, your host. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. If you've listened to this podcast before, I greatly appreciate it. And today we're giving a little update on Brian Wu and the injury. We're doing a player profile on a very key player that is a game changer for the Mariners. We're giving you a little minor league spotlight, highlighting a couple players in Double A and Triple A that aren't on the top 30 prospect list, but I think should be noted for their good performance this year. And then finally, we're going to give you a wild card update. I think that wild card update might be like the closing segment for like this entire week because we're going to have to stay up to date on this because it is changing every single day. And there's a lot of teams in this pool that are trying to get into the playoffs, trying to win divisions, all of that. So we're going to update you on everything. But first off, Brian Wu. Um, Obviously, he pulled himself out of his start on Friday after 5 beautiful shutout innings, um, with a right pectoral tightness. And they're still saying he's day to day. I'm looking for updates every single day. They said 24 to 48 hours to see how he would acclimate to treatment with this right pectoral to see if he would need to go on the IL at all, but we've gotten nothing. So I don't know if no news is good news. Um, Possibly, maybe they're just giving it a little bit of extra time, just to make sure. But yeah, it's a little scary, just a little bit, just a little scary. With the off day, though, I don't think they would technically need to bring up like a Logan Evans. I think they could be able to roll with it as is, just shift everybody down in the rotation or up, should I say? That's Brian Wu. But so we'll see. We'll see what happens. The game tonight with the Rockies, it's still a TBD for both sides. Which kind of makes sense for the Rockies because you really have no idea who they have as a starter. So we're just, who knows? But I think today, technically 5 days ago, would be Thursday, which was Luis Castillo pitching. So I think Castillo is lined up to start, so I don't know if they're going to start him. Maybe just go with a bullpen day. I don't know. It's definitely interesting. Obviously, this sweep of the Astros is huge and gives them just some much needed breathing room. And if they win the division and they get that bye for the first round, would be so sick. So, and it would just be perfect, especially with this Wu situation. And hopefully, it's a mild strain and we can get him back out there for the playoffs. That's what we need. We got to do that uh, as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Finally. Ha! I'm on the second topic. Player profile. We're covering a key player that I think just needs to be noted. He's just having an amazing season. And you know what? Who isn't on the Mariners? But listen, this guy came into the season with not a lot of hype, and he's just another role player, but he's playing a key role on this team. Jorge Polanco. He's having a fantastic season and is very underrated. I've always been a Polanco guy, but looking at his career, he's just consistent, man. He's just consistent. Not very good defensively at second base. I'm gonna get that out of the way real quick. Pretty negative there. Sorry for the yawns. This is annoying. Um, Not very good defensively, but hitting wise, he's doing absolutely fantastic. Let's cover it. He's played 510 plate appearances, which coming into the season, it was a originally a 1 year deal with a uh I think it was a mutual option. No, I think it was just a 1 year deal, and then he could get a player option because if he played over 450 plate appearances this year, then it would vest as a player option, and it could also increase to $8 million. That's the other thing. He's getting paid so cheap, bro. $6.5 million. It could be a 2 year deal. It's not going to because he's going to opt out, as he should. He should opt out. Good for Polanco. Um, Now, obviously, I want the Mariners to sign him to re-sign him. I want him to bring him back, but we'll get there when we get to the off season, obviously. But he's just having a fantastic season. What a sign from Depoto! Absolutely fantastic to see. And yeah, he's just been fantastic. 510 plate appearances, 24 homers, 6 stolen bases. He's got a 7.8 walk percentage, a 15.3 strikeout percentage. That's A huge drop from last year. Last year, he had a 29.2 K percentage. It's 15% now. What? Dude, it ridiculous. I don't know. He's got a 222 isolated power. If you don't know what isolated power is, it's basically just taking the slugging percentage and then subtracting your batting average from it, and that's what you have. So he has a 222, which is very good. As soon as you hit the, I would say, I mean, it all depends on how much contact you're making, obviously, to so the power can power. But if you hit 200 with the isolate power, you're you're a power guy. You're a power guy, and Jorge Polanco's right there, man. Batting slash line 265 for the batting average, a 325 on base, and a 487 slugging percentage, a 347 WOBA, a 349 x WOBA. So it's not like he's getting tremendously, lucky or anything. A 129 runs created plus. Fantastic, man. Almost 30% better than the average hitter. It's crazy. 2.4 F4 on the season Fangraphs version of WAR. And then the hard hit percentage is the other key stat I wanted to cover. 45.8 hard hit percentage so far this season, which is really good compared to last year, which was 37.2. Like, he's always been a good role player, but he is having a great hitting season so far this year. It's just absolutely fantastic to see over 500 plate appearances, full season, full production. Just great to see from Jorge Polanco. He's just been such a key player for them, and a guy that coming into the season, it wasn't like, oh, we really need Jorge Polanco to come through and have a banger season. And it's not a career year, not necessarily. It is like the highest hard hit percentage that he's had in his career. But rewind a good couple of years when he hit 33 homers. That's probably his best season, especially by the WAR mark as well. He was doing better defensively back then. Um, but yeah, just absolutely fantastic. What a steal, $6.5 million. What a steal. Fantastic to see. And Polanco's just getting it done and getting it done in key situations. And also, I mean, like on this win streak that they've had, Polanco's just been such a key player, hitting double after double after double. It's been so fantastic to watch. He's gonna opt out, but I would love to see the Mariners bring him back because yeah, he's just very, very important. Very important. All right. Moving down the line, minor leagues, doing a minor league segment. Here's a couple players to keep an eye on in AAA and AA. Now, neither one of these players I think are going to make an impact right away, even this season. But keep an eye on for next year. They're definitely interesting players, and like I said, they are not on the top 30 prospect list last I checked. So interesting guys. AAA with the Tacoma Rainiers. Spencer Packard, 494 plate appearances for him, 10 homers, 13 walk percentage. This dude makes contact and he walks a lot. He's not striking out very much at all. 13.2 K percentage on the year. He's hitting 278, 391 with a 413 slugging percentage. Good for a 111 runs created plus. This is a very hitter friendly league, the AAA in Tacoma. And yeah, so he's only 11% better than the average hitter there, but I could definitely see him making an impact next season. Um, Walk percentage is something that just always transfers, man. Always transfers. So I want to see him get called up next year, see him at least in spring training and see what he can do. And he's making good enough contact as well, 278 batting average. So I'm very curious with Spencer Packard. Keep an eye on the name. I'm sure you guys already know him because you guys are geniuses. Double A, I'm the one that is lagging. Double A, the Travelers, Arkansas Travelers, Adam Seminaris. Yeah, the soft throwing lefty. That's the one I'm covering right now. He's tied for the most innings on the team with 125.1 innings pitched so far this season. The home runs per nine is a measly 0.14. That's crazy, bro. 306 BABIP against 71 left on base percentage, a good 48.9 ground ball percentage, which is very nice. Good to see. 302 ERA and a 294 FIP for Seminaris. Super interested to see what this guy can do. They signed him on a minor league deal from the Brewers at the beginning of this season. He was with the Angels before that. He's been kind of tossed around a little bit, and this is by far his best season. He's throwing a changeup, he's throwing a curveball, he's throwing a slider. his fastball is like his least used pitch. Like it's so interesting. I want to see if it can work in the majors. I really want to see it. Now obviously he's not exactly the guy that you look at and go, "Whoa, that guy," but he's having a great season in AAA, sorry, Double A. And yeah, I'm just really curious. I'm really curious if it can work at AAA. And if he's at least depth, he's a depth option. And the Mariners are just so good at producing these starter pitchers. I want to see what they can do with him. So keep an eye on Seminaris. Like I said, a 3.02 ERA over 125 innings pitched, backed up with a 2.94 FIP, with a guy that does not strike out many people at all. A below 3 FIP is kind of crazy to see. So I'm really excited. I want to see what he can do. Soft throwing lefty, throws the changeup like vast majority of the time. So I'm really curious to see what he can do and what he can bring to the team. Let's finish off with the AL wild card update here. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy. I'm gonna cover some of the games that are happening today on Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, Mariners versus Rockies. We still don't know who the probables are for the starting pitchers. It could be a bullpen day for the Mariners. We could see a big bulk of, let's say, Emerson Hancock. Um, but we'll see. Luis Castillo, like I said, lines up for this to be his start. So I don't know why he's not set to be the starter. My guess is the Mariners are probably still waiting to hear from Wu and kind of decide, depending on that news, how they want to proceed with this week. Because listen, the season is not in the bag. It's not like they've all of a sudden won the division and we're chilling. But we are up 3 games on the Astros, so I'm feeling pretty good. But we'll see. We got to keep our foot on the pedal, and now. But also, I wouldn't mind seeing some role players come in. Rivas, Ford. I wouldn't mind seeing some of those guys get some starts. Raleigh, I would not mind at all if they just put him at DH, keep him off his feet a little bit, and yeah, just give him some relaxation. Rosarena has played almost every single game, I think, this season. Oh my gosh, pardon me. Pardon me. Gosh. Rosarena almost played every game this season, I think. So that would be a guy that I'd want to give a day off. So either way, Astros versus A's game one. Christian Javier, who's only pitched 32 innings so far this season, 4.45 ERA, 3.89 FIP so far for Javier. We'll see how he does. We'll see if he can control the ball at all. He's got a 10.3 walk percentage in these 32 innings so far. So he's been injured. I'm curious to see what he can do versus the A's. Jeffrey Springs is on the other side, 166 innings pitched for him, 4.17 ERA, 4.71 FIP. It's not great. The A's could have been so much better if their pitching was just a little bit better because their lineup is really good. So I'm curious to see what happens with the Astros here. They could really fall out of a spot. They really could. And they're dealing with a lot of injuries. Jordan is out. Pena, it looks like, is going to be out right now. They did get Paredes back, which is huge for them, especially at home. He's that pull homer guy using those Crawford boxes. But yeah, the A's could really take advantage here, spoil the Astros' dreams. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And you know what? If the Astros lose, and then it just kind of it gives the Mariners even more of a breathing room. Okay, so I'll take it. I'll take it. I do. I'm very confident with the Mariners right now to win the division. But either way, we'll take an Astros loss. We will. Guardians versus Tigers. Such a huge series. The Guardians are 1 game back of the Tigers for the AL Central Division. Absolutely insane. Tigers got their number one guy going tonight in Skubal. He's thrown almost 190 innings so far this season, 32.2 K percentage. He's just having an amazing season. A 2.23 ERA, 2.47 FIP. Absolutely insane. Exactly who you want to be going right now for the Tigers versus the Guardians, who are hot right now. Um, to my shock, they are hot, baby. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. Gavin Williams is going for the Guardians. He's had a very interesting season. 161 innings pitched. He's just up and down, and it's mainly with the control. 11.9 walk percentage for Gavin. No. I don't think that's going to cut it necessarily. He's got a 3.06 ERA on a 4.48 FIP. I think that's a little more accurate. And I think he's just getting out of trouble. I think he's just learning how to get out of trouble. And I just don't think it's sustainable. Unsustainable. So we'll see. He could come through versus the Tigers, though. Tigers have been falling. Guardians have been hot. The mojo's good with the Guardians right now. We'll see if they work themselves in. They're tied for that last wild card spot right now as well. But I know they want the division. And that would be an insane collapse from the Tigers, an insane boost from the Guardians at such similar times. It's so crazy. They're starting a 3-game series tonight. That's going to be awesome. And yeah, really curious to see how that plays out. The Red Sox, the other team that they're holding the second wild card spot right now, but they're holding it by a thread. Um, we'll see what happens there. Red Sox are starting a series versus the Blue Jays, 3-game series versus the Blue Jays tonight. They've got Giolito going against Gossman, who's been absolutely fantastic for the Blue Jays this season. Giolito has had an okay season, I would say, a decent season. 140 innings pitched for him, a 3.46 ERA, but a 4.17 FIP. You know, he's just in that middle range where he's doing just enough to get you by. And then Gossman on the other end has just had another great season. 183 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 240, 24 K percentage, a 3.38 ERA, a 3.52 FIP. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Blue Jays got their number one guy. They just clinched a playoff spot. I don't think they've clinched the division, but they've clinched a playoff spot. So they're secure in that respect. The Red Sox are not. The Red Sox have to win this, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But either way, the Mariners are still up by 3 for the AL West. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, guys. Thank you so much for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. I really appreciate it. If you like this show, hit the subscribe button and get this updates every day on the Mariners, and we'll take you all the way through the playoffs, and it'll be a great time. And yeah, I appreciate it, and hopefully you'll learn a little something. If you guys have any questions, got anything you want me to cover, you got any, burning questions on the Mariners and what's going to happen over these next this next week or so, leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to answer those on the podcast. I really appreciate it, guys. I'll see you back tomorrow. Have a good one.